Joining me now is criminal defense attorney Joseph Tully. Joseph, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Brittany. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm grateful for you joining me today because I hope you can provide some legal perspective on this reversal we've seen from a former president and his wife. Former President Bill Clinton, as well as former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, have now agreed to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee as the panel continues its investigation into disgraced sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes after a handful of Democrats joined Republicans last month on the Oversight Committee to vote in favor of holding both Clintons in contempt of Congress over their refusal to comply with a subpoena to testify in front of the committee about their relationship with the disgraced financier. So to start off the conversation, what are your thoughts on their reversal here?
I thought it was wise for them to do this reversal. What their lawyers had been arguing previously, it didn't have a lot of legal merit. They had some complaints. We feel that you're doing this unfairly. We feel that this is a fishing expedition. We feel like our clients are being unfairly targeted, but they weren't giving legal reasons. Here's why your subpoena is invalid. Here's why your subpoena has no legal effect. And so, because subpoenas are legally enforceable, Congress basically didn't blink. And despite the Clintons' lawyers doing some very good negotiations and kind of doing their best to delay things and extend things, this has been going on basically since October. The committee subpoenaed the Clintons in late summer, and there's been 4 previously missed depositions. So basically, time ran out for the Clintons.
I want to get your perspective here on how some members of Congress characterized the Clintons' move. This is what House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said in response, in part. Republicans and Democrats on the Oversight Committee have been clear. No one is above the law, and that includes the Clintons. He also added this. Once it became clear that the House of Representatives would hold them in contempt, the Clintons completely caved and will appear for transcribed, filmed depositions this month. Congressman Thomas Massie, he's been one of the leading voices in Congress calling for transparency as it relates to Jeffrey Epstein. He reportedly said that he believed this was more of a negotiation tactic. What do you think here? Do you think that from your legal perspective, this was the Clintons caving, or this was more of a negotiation hardball tactic?
I think that it was the latter, that they were doing hardball negotiations. They didn't have very good a legal framework to stand on here. Otherwise, the move would have been to file a motion to quash. If you ever have a subpoena that you disagree with, you don't write a letter saying, hey, this is not fair. You would file a motion in court saying, hey, look, this is legally unenforceable. And they didn't do that. So that tells you that there wasn't a lot of legal standing for them to say, look, we're not going to obey the subpoena. The subpoena was a lawful document, and they did their best to get out of it. The House kept voting, okay, if you don't show up, we are going to advance contempt against you. And the Clintons, as it was said, they caved in, and it was a wise legal decision on their part to do so.